Welcome back, everyone. We are here with another edition of Ask the Sheriff. We have Saginaw County Sheriff William Federspiel here with us in the studio. How are you, Sheriff?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me
Yeah,
today.
of course. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
It's been a while. So today we are talking how you're supporting the community on your off hours, which I think is so great because you do a lot. So thank you.
You're welcome.
But first, we're going to get into a little bit of your Kenny Rogers tribute concert.
Sure.
But just to start us off, why do you feel the need to do this in order to give back to the community or give back to the community in general?
Well, I love being the sheriff. I've been a police officer, a law enforcement officer since 1987. I started when I was 19 years old.
Yeah.
I felt a calling for that. I thought that really was my only skill set or my only real talent. And then somewhere along the line, I discovered that I could play a little music and sing a little bit, and I thought maybe I could use that to help people and also have some fun.
Right.
So that's how it kind of came about.
You know, music heals the soul.
It does. It definitely heals mine. I'll tell you that in the job that I do. So.
Very good. All right, so for those who don't know, you're performing next Friday at the Bronner's Performing Arts Center in Frankenmuth to raise money for the Emmaus House in Saginaw.
Yes.
We've talked about this every single year. Such a great cause. Just tell me a little bit about the money raised, how it will benefit.
Well, the money raised will benefit them. They need operating costs, expenditures that go out for furnaces in the wintertime. They have, I think, 9 houses that house the women who come out of jail and prison, and their success rate is astronomical. It's really great. You know, they get out of jail, they get out of prison, they go to the Emmaus House, and they don't come back to me, which is a huge success in my book. Anytime an organization can do something like that. So last year we raised $26,313, and that went directly to their operations, and they were eternally grateful. So I said, let's try and top that this year. So we're having 2 concerts on 2 separate nights, November 4th and November 5th.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're doubling that number for this year.
I'm hoping. I'm eternally optimistic.
Me too. All right, so as a leader, it seems you've, using this personal hobby of yours or interest to give back to the community. So in what ways could you recommend to maybe others out there in the community to give back?
Keep an open mind. You know, if you've got a heart that tends towards charity and being helpful in your community, follow your instincts. The good Lord above put me on the path to this. It's not me. There's no way that I could have arranged to have the actual Kenny Rogers band come to Saginaw, Michigan to perform with me as Kenny Rogers. So I always say the Spirit guides us, and if we're open to it, we will hear that, and then it's up to us to be courageous enough to take that next step.
Very good. I like the way you put that. All right, so back to those concerts. Kenny Rogers tribute, and we know he's one of your favorites. So what are your favorite songs? Why do you like performing his songs? And you guys could be brothers, right, you think?
You know, yeah, I mean, quite honestly, even his band, who many of the guys in the band were with him for almost 40 years.
Yeah.
And so they look at me and they said, wow, you know, you really remind us. I said, tell me when. And they say, of Kenny in the 80s. And I said, oh, thank God, that was when he was in his 40s. So I'm like, and I'm 54, so that's the best compliment. So,
absolutely.
But I love singing She Believes in Me. I love Lady, which was written by Lionel Richie. I sang that to my wife. I told the story. I sang it to my wife down in Florida when we lived down there 30 years ago, and I proposed to her. I sang it as with a karaoke tape and a boombox on the beach. And then fast forward 30 years later, and last year when the Kenny Rogers Band came, here I am on the stage, her in the audience. I'm singing Lady with Kenny's actual band.
My gosh.
It was just a tremendous experience.
That's
I'll
a
never
great
forget
full
it.
circle.
Yeah, it really is. So.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm a little envious.
Well, come on down.
Yeah.
I won't sing Lady to you, though. I have to. That's reserved for my wife.
Yeah.
I'll find another one for you.
Yeah, thank you,
You
Sheriff.
pick a song.
I need that. All right, I will. Don't worry about it.
Or I'll find one. That's good, too.
I'm down for anything, honestly.
All right, that sounds great.
All right, so Sheriff, what is it like for people, you know, they know you as Sheriff, but they get to see you in kind of this laid-back style. What does that feel like?
Well, for me, it feels fine.
Yeah,
I think for them, it might feel a little strange. You know, there are people who say, you know, you're the sheriff, you shouldn't do that. I'm like, what would you rather have me do? I don't golf, I don't hunt, I don't fish. What does it matter that I do this? You know, I'm not out there carousing around and drinking booze on stage or anything, and not that that would matter either, I suppose. But, but to go out and do that, I think it's such a disconnect for people because it's not really done. I don't know any other sheriffs or chiefs of police that go out and put themselves out there like that.
Yeah.
They have other talents, and I support all my sheriffs, all my chiefs of police, and whatever talents they have that can give back to their community. And for me, it's just to do this, to sing, to play music, and it's not as easy as people might think. It's to get up in front of 550 people like I did just a week and a half ago. You know, I still get butterflies every once in a while. I just don't try to get rid of them. I always tell people, don't try to get rid of those butterflies. Get them to fly straight.
Oh, good.
You can do that. I think you're all right.
I was going to say some nerves is good.
Oh yeah, if I didn't have any nerves, I don't know. I don't think I'd be human. But yeah, it's a bit nerve-wracking, especially getting on a stage with men who have traveled the world behind a true superstar like Kenny Rogers. And so for me, I'm just humbled to be out there and glad to be able to give back to the Emmaus House. But it is the thrill of a lifetime to get out there and sing with some of the men that I grew up listening to from a kid. I mean, from like 9 or 10 years old, I first heard Kenny Rogers, and I wanted to sing him ever since.
Living the dream.
Yeah, really, living the
Straight up.
dream. It is. And so chase your dreams. You know, if you have a dream, chase it.
Yeah.
I always tell people that, tell my kids that, and I have to live up to that myself.
Absolutely. Thank you for being a leader.
You're welcome.
Anything else that we should know who want to see you perform? Obviously, maybe reiterate the concert dates.
Yeah, the concert dates are Friday, November 4th at 7 o'clock p.m., Saturday, November 5th at 7 o'clock p.m. Both events will be held in Frankenmuth, right next to the high school. It's the theater next to the high school in Frankenmuth. It's called the Bronner's Performing Arts Theater.
Yeah.
I don't want people driving to Bronner's Christmas Wonderland. They won't see me there. They'll see Santa, another guy with a beard. But if they should come next to the high school to the Performing Arts Center, you can find us on Vanco Events, V-A-N-C-O events.com. Type in Kenny Rogers, it'll go right to the site.
Very good.
And all the money from the ticket sales go directly to the Emmaus House. So if you want to buy a ticket, and if you can't even come, it'll go directly to the Emmaus House. And again, you're going to be able to see some great performers. I even reached out to Bob Seger's people because I did a Bob Seger concert with my band just a week and a half ago. I do a Bob Seger tribute. Yeah. And people are up on stage are saying, hey, why is Kenny Rogers performing as Bob Seger? I can't shake it, you know, but I can do the shake down. But so, sorry, I get off track.
Oh,
but,
man.
You know, so I reached out to those people. I said, wouldn't it be great if Bob Seger could come to this show and perform his hit, which was We've Got Tonight, that he wrote. And he always performed by himself. But Kenny Rogers turned it into a big hit with Sheena Easton, and I always do it. So I'm waiting to hear back. Wouldn't that be something? That'd be great, wouldn't it?
We'll get the follow-up.
Would you please? Yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah, be
All
great.
right. Man, Sheriff, this was a great conversation. Thanks for
you.
coming in this morning.
You're welcome. Take
All
care of
right.
yourself.
Yes, you as well. And have fun with your concerts.
I will,
We'll
thanks.
be looking out.
Yeah.
All right, if you guys have any burning questions for the Sheriff, make sure you send it to us at WNEM@WNEM.com or send it to our social media. We'll have your forecast after this break.